He joked he'd marry the little alien girl when she grew up years later. She returned to. Evan planted his boots between the hooded traveler and the customs scanner. She's with me. The officer, a burly Dravok with tusks glinting under the arrivals lane lights, narrowed his eyes. Step aside, human. Protocol requires individual scans. Evan didn't budge. His hand rested light on the traveler's cloaked shoulder. Relief contractor badge clipped to his vest caught the glare of overhead strips. Not separating her. Scan us together, or call it. Passengers streamed past, murmuring. Station security hovered at the lane's edge. Evan felt the weight of Stare's humans, aliens, all funneling through Helix Station's arrivals after the latest refugee wave. The Dravok grunted. You vouch? Full? Liability? Full. Evan met the gaze. Years hauling medkits through war zones taught him. Block first, negotiate second. The officer waved his scanner. It beeped green over both. Clear. Next. The traveler leaned into Evan's touch. Slight tremor under the cloak. He guided her toward the exit arch, away from the crush. She stopped under the arch lights. Hood slipped back. Silver blue skin gleamed, high cheekbones framing wide violet eyes. Antennae curved from a crest of fine white hair, now longer, braided with trade beads. Not the scrawny kid from 5 cycles ago. Leary? Evan's voice caught. She smiled, fangs peeking. Uncle Evan, fluent trade common, accent polished like station steel. No trace of the halting words she'd begged him to teach. He pulled her into a hug. Fragile frame against his chest, stronger now. Muscled from Nakari training halls. You grew. See? 1. She pulled back, eyes locking his. Customs chatter faded behind. Evan blinked. Claim? Leary? What? Her hand dipped into a pouch. She held up a palm-sized token. Nakari steel, etched with binding spirals and his own faded thumbprint. Your promise. Marry me when I grow up. Binding intent, under Nakari law. Evan's gut twisted. That dumb joke, years back. Refugee camp on Nakari Prime. 10-cycle, old Leary. Orphaned in the border skirmishes. Clinging to his leg after he patched her cuts. Matron Sava, overseeing the human relief crew. He'd ruffled her crest, teased to make her laugh. Sure, kid. Marry me when you grow up. Sava had chuckled. The camp had moved on. He'd shipped out. Thought it dead. Now it stared back from her eyes, adult eyes. Fierce and sure. Leary, that was real. She pressed the token into his palm. Tested. Approved. I invoke. Station klaxons hummed distant. Evan's mind raced. Helix Station sat neutral, but interspecies bonds triggered laws. Political heat simmered since the Alliance vote anti-human sentiment spiking after human med teams interfered in alien wars. He closed his fingers around the token. Cool metal bit skin. Nobody touches you till I say. Cool. Her antennae twitched, Nakari tell for relief. Evan tapped his comm. Station legal, Marek calling. Arrivals lane 3. Consent review, priority. Interspecies claim invoked. Static crackled. Legal acknowledging. ETA 5. Security approached. Keth Voss led, his scaled tail flicking. Chief's insignia gleamed on his vest. Evan. Trouble? Evan nodded to Leary. Claim on me. Nakari protocol. No contact till council clears. Keth eyed the token, then Leary. His frills flattened respect sign. Understood. Politicals will swarm. Keep her close. Evan steered Leary toward the lifts. Her steps matched his. Silent loyalty from the old days. Rook Halden waited at the lift doors, wrench in hand from his mechanic shift. Human, broad as a bulkhead. Skepticism etched in his scowl. Evan? Who's the blue? Leary Nakari. Old Ward. Evan thumbed the lift call. Doors whooshed open. Rook blocked entry. Ward, hooded like contraband. Spill, later. Evan pushed past. Leary followed, antennae alert. Lift hummed upward to the contractor decks. Rook piled in last. Mate, customs vouch? You blocking Dravox? Ballsy. Evan watched floor numbers climb. Had to. Leary spoke soft. Rook snorted. Protects what? You cashing a chit? Her eyes narrowed. Claim token. Binding. Rook's laugh barked. Binding? Evan? That refugee kid? The marry me bit? Thought it was a joke. Evan's jaw tightened. Was. Till now. Lift dinged. They spilled into the corridor dim strips, lockers humming with cryo-sleepers gear. Evan's quarters lay at the end. Reinforced door for med stores. Inside, he bolted it. Spartan. Bunk. Kit bag. Hollow board flickering shift rosters. Leary shed her cloak. Lithe form in knockery weave practical, scarred from training. She scanned the room, antennae questing. Same. Safe. Evan set the token on the table. Sit. Talk. Sit. Talk. She perched on the bunk edge. Matron Sava sends record. Your care. Taught common. Mended wounds. Shared food. Built trust. He paced. Practical problems first. Nakari bonding. What's the test? Trials. Years. Her fingers traced a scar on her arm, his stitchwork. Faded. I learned human ways. Patience. Consent. You joked. I chose. Rook leaned on the door. Chose? Kid? You're what? 20 cycles? He's pushing 40. Alliance law flags this as manipulation. Leary's fangs flashed. Nakari mature fast. I test him now. Evan shot Rook a look. Back off. She's no mark. Rook crossed arms. Am I? Politics boiling. Human-alien bonds? Protests at the docks. Your port med. Relief hero. Till they paint you pervert. Door chimed. Evan checked the peep. Keth Voss, flanked by a station suit. He cracked it. Council? Keth nodded. And Matron Sava. Envoy. Shuttle docked hot. Evan's pulse kicked. Here? Now? Affirm. Neutral ground. Leary rose. I face. No. Evan blocked the door wider, but kept her back. Together, they filed into the corridor. Matron Sava waited Elder Nakari. Crest silvered, robes etched with envoy seals. Sharp eyes pierced Evan. Contractor Marek. Her voice hummed authority. Leary invokes. You accept? Evan met her gaze. Review first. Consent. Human terms. Sava's antennae curled amusement. Bold. Nakari protocol. Honor's choice. Keth cleared scales. Station law. Mutual. No coercion. Political board watches. Rook muttered aside. Tell her it's a joke, Evan. Demand proof. Leary stepped forward. Proof. I return. Tested loyalty. Sava held up a data slate. Record. Evan Merrick pulled Leary from rubble. Taught her. Protected from raiders. Human normal Nakari, extraordinary. Evan flushed. Just did the job. Sava tapped the slate. Holo bloomed. Camp footage. Child Leary laughing as Evan bandaged her knee. Exaggerating the marry me tease. Adults chuckling. Intent. Logged. Sava's eyes softened. Careless words. Deliberate heart. Evan swallowed. Years flashed. Her first common sentence. Uncle safe? His relief runs. Her shadowing. Trust built brick by brick. Not careless. He looked to Leary. Earned. Her hand found his. Warm. Steady. Keth's calm buzzed. Board incoming. Delay claim. Quarantine review. Sava hissed. Delay dishonors. Evan squeezed Leary's hand. We fight it. Rook groaned. Here we go. Politicals swarmed the corridor. Alliance reps, human skeptics, alien purists. Cameras. Word. Evan pulled Leary behind him. Protective instinct. Locked in. One rep sneered. Human predator. Child claim. Evan's voice cut steel. Adult choice. Back off. Leary pressed close. He chooses me. Flashbulbs popped. Keth barked orders. Evan stood firm. Joke to bond. Child to woman. Promise turning real. But the board's eyes gleamed hungry. Backlash brewed. What price for trust? Evan gripped Leary's hand tighter and shoved open the mediation room door. Reporters surged forward. Cameras flashed. Keth's security team blocked them. Back off! Evan barked. He pulled Leary inside. The door hissed shut behind them. Sealed. Quiet. Leary's scales shimmered under the dim lights. Her eyes locked on his. Steady. Trusting. Evan scanned the room. Bare walls. Central table. Holoprojector hummed. No windows. Safe for now. No public interview, he said to the comm panel. Mediation only. Log it. The panel beeped confirmation. Alliance protocols kicked in. Privacy enforced. Leary released his hand. She straightened her tunic. Adult poise now. Not the child's shadow. You protect, she said. Her common held a soft lilt. Evan nodded. Always. He pulled out a chair for her. She sat. He paced. Footsteps echoed outside. The door chimed. Matron Sava entered, data slate in hand. Her robes swept the floor. Sharp eyes flicked between them. Claimant secured, Sava said. She placed the slate on the table. Holo flickered to life. Nakari bonding glyphs. Evan stopped pacing. Stayed it clear. Sava tapped the slate. Glyphs expanded. Leary Nakari files under protective bond law. Child ward Evan Marek promised union. Logged. Witnessed. She returns. Tested. Loyal. Leary nodded once. Test passed. Evan mine. Evan's pulse quickened. Joke from years back. Rubble camp. Her scraped knee. Marry me when you grow up, he'd teased. Adults laughed. She memorized it. Not a joke now. Sava slid the slate toward him. The door chimed again. Keth Vos strode in. Security chief's badge gleamed. Face, grim. Evan, Keth said. Politicals outside. Alliance board demands review. Interspecies bond? Backlash brewing. Evan crossed his arms. Handle it. Keth glanced at Leary. Respect in his nod. Then to Evan. Mishandle this, and it's extradition. Or quarantine. Nakari law binds tight. Human courts hate that. Evan met his gaze. Details. Keth leaned on the table. Claimant's guardian until hearing. You house her. Protect her. No contact violations. One slip alliance ships her home. Or locks you both. Savahi said. Nakari. Honor demands full bond. Not cage. Not cage. Leary's hand brushed Evan's arm. Warm scales. Steady pressure. Evan exhaled. Practical. Solve the problem. Temporary terms. Keth pulled a chair. Sign here. He synced his pad to Sava's slate. Dual auth. Evan reviewed the holo. Guardianship clauses. Nakari protocol overlay. Human consent required. No tricks. Rook's voice crackled over Evan's comm. Evan. You idiot. Don't sign blind. She's playing you. Evan muted it. Rook meant well. Skeptic friend. Mechanic's blunt edge. But Leary's eyes held no play. Earned trust. Years of it. He pressed thumb to the pad. Signed. Hollow sealed. Green glow. Sava bowed slightly. Guardian affirmed. Leary stays. Keth stood. Hearing tomorrow. Keep her close. Politicals want blood. Door hissed shut behind him. Leary rose. Stepped close. Her scent, dust and spice from homeworld transit. Safe now. Evan nodded. But weight settled. One signature. Hers legally. Or his trap. They exited mediation. Corridor cleared. Keth's teams held the line. Rook waited by the lift, arms crossed. Proof, Evan. Demand it. Evan waved him off. Later, Leary walked beside him. Shoulder to shoulder. No child now. Woman. Disciplined stride. They reached his quarters. Station relief contractor perks. Private module. Spartan. Medkit on shelf. Spare bunk. Home, Leary said. She touched the bulkhead. Reverent. Evan bolted the door. Rest. Food? She shook her head. Sat on the bunk. Talk. He pulled a chair, faced her. Claim. Real? Her eyes narrowed. Thoughtful. Child heard promise. Tested. Self. Trained. Returned. Flashback hit Evan. Camp days. Raider skirmishes. He'd shielded her runs for water. Taught common phrases. Uncle Evan, safe? She'd shadowed him. Learned tools. Human grit, as her shield. Raiders took kin, she said. You fought. Protected. Knockery see loyalty rare. Evan shrugged. Job. She leaned forward. Human normal. Knockery bond. Sava's words echoed. Careless to deliberate. Calm buzzed. Keth. Board fast tracks. Purists petition quarantine. Human reps push separation. Evan killed it. Pressure. Leary's hand covered his. We face. Door chime. Evan opened. Rook barged in. Eyed Leary. Clarity. Evan. Consent on our terms. Leary stood. Tall now. Scales iridescent. Human terms weak. Nakari test proves. Rook snorted. Prove what? Manipulation? Evan stepped between. Enough. Rook jabbed a finger. You raised her. She's imprinted. Walk away. Leary's voice sharpened. Imprint? Choice. Evan felt the pull. Protective fire. My choice too. Rook backed off. Your funeral. Door slammed. Silence. Leary sat again. Friend fears. Evan nodded. Blunt. Loyal. Oh. She smiled. Faint. Night cycle dimmed lights. Station hummed. Evan prepped rations. Protein bars. She ate slow. Watched him. Years built. He sat across. Yeah. First sentence she'd spoken full. Evan. Teach. Safe. Relief runs. Her small hand in his. Trust brick one. Raiders pinned them once. He'd flanked. Nakari warriors later praised. Human endures. Now, her knee brushed his. Promise real? She asked. Evan met her gaze. Warmth spread. Not uncle now. Partner? Not careless, he said. Echoed Sava. Her fingers laced his. Steady grip. Calm lit. Matron Sava. Hearing prep. Bond protocol strict. Prove mutual. Matron Sava. Calm lit. Prove mutual. Calm lit prep. Evan squeezed back. We will. But outside, backlash brewed. Political eyes watched. One signature kept her safe. Made him hers. Station alerts pinged. Quarantine drill? No board lockdown. In with key. In ward. Keth's voice boomed corridor wide. All claimants report. Review now. Leary tensed. Evan stood. Together. Door opened. Storm waited. Her hand stayed in his. Bond tightening. What price for loyalty? Hearing would tell. But deeper his heart chose already. Deliberate. Earned. Evan gripped Leary's hand tighter as they stepped into the review chamber. Keth Voss loomed at the head table, flanked by Matron Sava and 2 station clerks. Holo screens flickered with legal codes. Merrick. Nakari claimant. Sit. Leary's claws pricked his palm. Steady pressure. Evan guided her to the bench. Sava's eyes narrowed. Bond claim filed. Human response? Evan straightened. Confirmed. Mutual. Keth tapped his pad. Political winds shift. Interspecies bonds draw fire. Senate reps inbound. Prove stability or quarantine separates you. Sava leaned forward. Nakari protocol first. Reciprocal duties. Trust ledger balanced. Leary spoke. Voice clear. Ledger builds from child days. Evan sheltered. Taught. Endured. Clerks murmured. Keth nodded. Provisional cohabitation. Quarters synced. Weekly checks. No incidents. Evan exhaled. Outcome sealed. They rose. Sava's gaze lingered. Midnight vow check looms. Leary. He matches. Or claim voids. Door hissed shut behind them. Corridor cleared. Lockdown lifted. Leary's hand stayed linked. Home now. Rules. Evan led her to their assigned quarters. Bulkhead sealed with a chime. Spartan space. Bunk. Workstation. Ration unit. He faced her. House rules first. Medical checks. Twice weekly. Import medic scans for Nakari baselines. Leary tilted her head, frills flaring slightly. Nakari equivalent. Vitality rights. You submit too. Heart scan. Strength test. Reciprocal. Evan paused. Fair counter. Agreed. Language review. Your English sharpened. But idioms trip. Daily half hour. She crossed her arms. Nakari lore shares. You learn vow phrases. Phonetics exact. He nodded. Practical. Station orientation. Drills. Vents. Medbays. Tomorrow. 0800. Leary stepped closer. Knee brushed his again. Intentional. Clan patrol routes. You map my hunts. Shadow me. Learn flanks. Evan rubbed his jaw. Her discipline mirrored his. Reciprocal duties logged. Deal. She smiled, faint but real. Frills relaxed. Evan activated the ration unit. Protein synth word. He pulled camp-style bars, smoky, dense. Her childhood favorite from relief runs. Added synth veggies, steamed crisp. Plates slid across the fold table. Leary sat. Forked a bite. Chewed slow. Years built this. Evan joined her. Plate steamed between them. Literal translation time. That old promise. She set her fork down. Eyes locked his. Relief camp. Raiders hit. I hid. You said, stick with me, kid. I'll be your shield forever. Evan remembered. Offhand. Human joke. Casual vow. Meant protection. Caretaker stuff. Not this. Leary's frills pulsed. Nakari ears hear vow form. Shield forever binds guardian to claimed. Formal. Tested. He leaned in. Fork paused midair. Careless words. But I followed through. Taught you runs. Flanked raiders, so you escaped. Warriors praised human endurance. She nodded. They did. Human endures beyond clan. But claim tests now. Adult words. Evan pushed his plate aside. Calm voice. Deliberate choice. Not joke. Years earned it. Her hand covered his. Claws retracted. Warmth spread. Proof first. Not romance. Calm buzzed. Rook's face popped up. Evan, you idiot. Quarters cam feed Sava's pushing protocol. She's manipulating. Leary's grip tightened. Evan muted. Skeptic friend. Blunt. Rook snorted. Demand human terms. Consent clear. Or walk. Evan eyed Leary. Trust brick stacked high. My call. He killed the feed. Leary watched. He fears loss. Like me. Once. Evan stood. Cleared plates. Unit hummed clean. Night cycle deepened. Lights dimmed to star glow. Station hummed low. Leary rose. Paced to the viewport. Stars wheeled. Midnight. Arboretum. Formal vow check. Evan turned. Savas test? She faced him. Frills full alert. Mine. You come. Repeat shield vow. Nakari right. Under witness trees. Prove real. Heart kicked. Not uncle now. Partner. Potential. Political eyes watched. Backlash brewed. But her gaze demanded truth. Arboretum. Midnight. He extended hand. She took it. Grip iron. Door chime. Keth's voice. Merrick. Side chat. Security brief. Evan glanced at Leary. She nodded. Go. I prep. He stepped out. Keth waited. Arms crossed. Bond holds water so far. But Senate reps tomorrow. Prove no risk. Evan met his stare. No risk. Trust built. Keth grunted. Sava respects you. Rare. But Nakari protocol bites. Reciprocals mean you hunt with her. Fight if clan calls. Evan nodded. Competence, shown in action. Human, normal. We, adapt. Keth clapped his shoulder. Station's watching. Don't screw it. Back inside, Leary arranged her kit. Vials gleamed. Nakari inks? Right tools. She looked up. Rook messaged. Fears manipulation. Veers manipulation. Evan sat on bunk edge. He pushes clarity. Human terms. She knelt before him. Eye level. Nakari terms first, then yours. Balance. Frills brushed his knee. Scent faint spice from homeworld. Trust pulled. Protective fire banked hot. Medical check now? He pulled scanner from locker. Practical start. Leary extended arm. Veins glowed under skin. Yes. Yours after. Braun. Leary. Everyone. Scan beeped clear. Her turn. She pressed pad to his chest. Heart rate spiked. She noted it. Smiled. Faint. Endures. Hours ticked. Evan reviewed station maps. Vents. Bays. Weak points. Leary mirrored clan patrol overlays. Synced files. Rook pinged again. Text. Asterisk. Walk away. She's adult now. Different game. Asterisk. Evan, deleted. No. Night cycle peaked. Arboretum call loomed. Leary stood. Time near. Rest. He bunked top. She lower. Hands linked over rail. Sleep came fitful. Dreams of raider flanks. Her small form escaping. His choice then. Choice now. Alert chirped. Midnight. Evan dropped down. Boots hit deck. Leary waited. Cloaked in station grays. Together. Clue. Clued for the 5. Clued for the 5. Corridors empty. Arboretum doors parted. Humid air rushed. Witness trees loomed bioluminescent. Fronds whispering. Sava waited at Center Grove. 2 Nakari aides flanked. Leary led. Vow check begins. Sava's eyes pierced. Evan stepped forward. Leary's hand in his. Political storm outside. Heart steady. Shield, forever. Deliberate. Trees hummed approval. Fronds glowed brighter. Sava nodded. First proof passes. Sava nod. Sava nod. First proof passes. But Leary's gaze held deeper challenge. Romance waited. Proof built. Backlash pinged calm Senate reps early. Quarters lockdown renewed. Bond tightened. Price rising. What test next? Her knee brushed his in the dim. Evan's boot crossed the glowing circle etched into the arboretum soil. Bioluminescent fronds arched overhead, casting green pulses across Leary's face. She stood at the center, cloaked in station grays that hid her Nakari markings. Sava watched from the edge, aides silent behind her. Air hummed, thick with humidity, and witness tree sap. Leary's eyes locked on his. Step complete. Vow check. Formalizes. He nodded once, kept his stance loose, hands open. No weapons here. Trust, built on that. She tapped her wrist calm. A hollow flickered to life between them, a grainy recording from 12 cycles back. Child Leary's voice piped up, high and fierce. Evan Merrick, shield me forever. I claim you after. His own words followed. Casual then. Yeah, kid. Mine to protect. Always. Holo snapped off. Leary straightened. Adult now, taller than he'd remembered in vids. Child oath recorded. Present tense required. Repeat. Intent. Binds. Evan scanned the circle. Glowing lines pulsed underfoot. Nakari script weaving through roots. Courtship space. Not just a check. A claim arena. His pulse kicked up, but he held steady. No. His voice cut clean. Sava's fronds twitched. Aids shifted. Leary tilted her head, markings faint under skin. Rejection ends claim? Not rejection. Evan stepped closer. Inside the circle's heart. Franz whispered approval, or warning he couldn't tell. That was kid stuff. Joke promised to a scared girl. You're adult now. Consent matters. Human way. Nakari way. If it's real. Nakari way. Also Creeder Matterses. Her gaze sharpened. Knee brushed his in the dim deliberate. State new vow. Sava's tone sliced in. Present tense. Clear. Evan met Leary's eyes. Years flashed. Her tiny hands clutching his medkit during raids. Station evac drills where he'd hoisted her over shoulders. Nights mapping vents together. Truss stacked like hull plates. Not careless now. I choose to shield you, Leary Nakari. Adult to adult. Not oath-bound. Chosen. He pressed palm to her chest plate. Over heart glow. Forever starts now. If you claim back. Her skin warmed under fabric. Glow brightened. She mirrored pad to his chest. Scan beeped. Heart rate spiked again. She smiled. Faint, but real. Endures. Accepted. Trees hummed louder. Fronds flared blue. Circle lines surged bright. Alarms blared station-wide. Red strobes slashed the grove. Unauthorized bonding ritual detected. Calm crackled overhead. Arboretum. Lockdown. Security en route. Sava cursed in Nakari. Aides drew stunners. Evan pulled Leary behind a trunk. Station security chief's voice barked back. Merrick. Stand down. Monitors flagged the glow surge. Interspecies law protocol breach. Protocol? Evan keyed his comm, eyes on ingress doors. Senate reps inbound. No rights till cleared. Leary gripped his arm. My claim legal. Nakari code. Not station code. Evan scanned vents overhead. Weak. Point. Per maps. Sava. Your play? Matron's eyes pierced. Protocol demands witness. Human twists it. She signaled aides. Delay security. Claim holds. Doors hissed. Keth Voss strode in, armor gleaming, stunner raised. 2 officers flanked. Marek. Nakari envoy. Disperse. Political heat reps want no bonds till review. Evan stepped forward, hands up. Leary at his side. Review what? Kid promise turned real. We're consenting. Keth's gaze flicked to the circle, still glowing. Consent. Don't trip alarms. Glow did. Bonding marker. He eyed Leary. You filed? She nodded. Clan registry. Human accepts. Station overrides. Keth holstered stunner but blocked exit. Quarantine till reps land. Merrick. You know better. Rook's ping hit Evan's comm. Asterisk told you. Walk. She's playing clan games. Asterisk deleted. Evan ignored. Faced Sava. Matron's frown settled. Trust test. Keth grunted. Fine. Till reps. He waved team. Move. They filed out, Leary's hand brushing Evan's. Glow faded behind. Corridors locked down, shutters dropping. Reps early backlash storm. Quarters hit lockdown again. Evan bunked top. Leary lower. Hands linked over rail. Her glow pulsed steady. Comm buzzed. Rook voice only. Evan. Idiot. She's adult. Manipulating old oath. Not manipulation. Evan kept voice low. Choice. Human terms, man. Demand clarity. Leary stirred below. He pushes doubt? Evan squeezed her hand. Skeptic friend. Fears trap. She hummed. No trap. Test passed. Deeper weights. Night cycle dragged. Evan reviewed overlays. Senate. Docking bay. Rep manifests. Politicals from core worlds. Anti-bond agitators. Morning chime. Door unlocked partial. Keth entered, tray in hand. Reps delayed. Storm interference. Eat. Talk. Sava followed. Aids trailing. Second proof. Loyalty under pressure. Evan sat. Leary beside. Knee touch again. Intent. Clear. Keth leaned on bulkhead. Marek saved my squad once. Raider breach. Trusts you. But law's law. Law bends for culture? Sava pressed. Senates don't. Evan forked rations. Protecting her. Always was. Leary recited low. Trees hum echoed in memory. Circle bound them. Rook burst in uninvited. Mechanic grease on hands. Keth. Back me. Evans bonded to a kid he raised. Creepy. Leary stood. Markings flared. Woman now. Claim chosen. Rook snorted. Human consent? Spell it out. Evan met his eyes. I did. Adult vow. Prove it. Rook jabbed finger. No clan tricks. Sava smiled sharp. Human demands clarity. Good. Comm interrupted. Station alert. Rep shuttle docking. All claimants report. Keth straightened. Corridors buzzed. Reps waited in bays. Human suits. Alien robes. Cameras hummed. Lead rep, stern human female, scanned them. Merrick. Nakari. Bond claim flagged. Child oath. Invalid. Interspecies risks. Genetic. Cultural. Leary stepped up. Adult claim. Vow renewed. Evan flanked her. Chosen. Not automatic. Rep frowned. Witness trees confirmed? Sava nodded. Glow archived. Murmurs rose. Cameras zoomed. Another rep. Nakari elder. Franz twitching. Protocol requires trials. Trust built? Evan nodded. Years. Actions. Elder hummed. Human endures. Rare. Backlash peaked. Protests outside airlocks, anti-bond chants. Keth whispered. Holding line. But pressure mounts. Evan pulled Leary aside. Vent shadows. Next test? Her glow warmed his palm. Patience. Loyalty. You teach human ways. I test. He nodded. Price rising. Raiders once. Politics now. Rook pinged. Asterisk. Clear terms, or bail. Asterisk. No. Her knee pressed thigh. Slow burn. Ignited. Alert chirped. Senate hearing. Claimants isolated. Doors sealed. Bond tightened. Storm broke. What trial waited? Her hand squeezed. Proof coming. Keth's hand clamped Evan's shoulder. Arboretums compromised. Protesters breached the outer ring. Move. Evan pulled Leary behind him. Her fronds brushed his back, warm and steady. They ducked through the vine-choked exit. Shouts echoed from the main paths. Anti-Bond slogans mixed with Nakari hums. Keth led them into a service hatch. Dim strips lit grimy maintenance corridors. Pipes hissed overhead. Rerouting to secure wing. Stay tight. Leary's glow pulsed faint blue against Evan's sleeve. She matched his stride. No questions. Trust earned over years. Footsteps pounded behind. Keth sealed the hatch with a palm scan. That buys 10 minutes. Reps want you isolated for review. Not happening. Not happening. Evan glanced back. Leary's eyes locked on his. Need a thigh in the crush. Accidental spark. He focused. Where to? Old Clinic Bays. Rook's en route. Keth tapped his comm. Halden, lock it down. Rook's voice crackled. On it. Hacking now. They jogged past flickering panels. Evan scanned for tails. Nothing yet. Leary's breath stayed even disciplined from her youth under his watch. A door ahead glowed red. Locked. Rook pinged. Asterisk. 30 seconds. Asterisk. Keth covered the rear. Evan shielded Leary. Sparks flew from the panel. Lock clicked green. Rook yanked the door open. Grease-streaked arms waved them in. Decommissioned. Bay 3. No cams. Move. They piled into the dim room. Dusty med scanners hummed faint backup power. Rook slapped the door shut. Hacked override. Sealed it. Evan leaned against a counter. Leary beside him, fronds curling close. Thanks. What's the play? Rook wiped his hands. Play? You're neck deep. That vow from her kid days? Clans twisted into ownership. Bail now. Matron Sava stepped from the shadows. Her robes rustled. She'd slipped in behind Rook. Not ownership. Bond. But rivals complicate. Evan straightened. Rivals? Sava's eyes narrowed. Fronds stilled. Faction from Outer Rims. Filed counter-petition. Hours ago. Claims Leary unclaimed property. Seize her for rare education. Political leverage against bonds. Leary tensed. Glow dimmed. Evan felt her hand brush his instinct. Keth crossed arms. Legal kidnapping. Station law defers to Nakari protocol on claims. If they prove coercion. Not coercion. Leary's voice cut sharp. Evan's vow. Renewed adult. Rook snorted. Prove it human style. Consent. No tricks. Sava nodded. He demands clarity. Wise. She pulled a holopad. Petition scrolled seals from rival elders. They argue child oath invalidates her autonomy. Want her shipped rimward. Evan's jaw set. Raiders hit her convoy years back. He pulled her from wreckage. A scared kid with glowing fronds. Joked about claiming her to calm her Nakari custom talk. Never thought it'd stick. Now it did. Her choice. His protection. Record it. Keth nodded to the med scanner. Sworn statement. Submit to station arbiter. Evidence of threat forces emergency hearing. R. Evidence. R. Evan activated the console. Dust motes danced in the blue light. Evan Merrick. Port medic. Relief contractor. Leary Nakari. Adult claimant. Vow from her youth offhand. Protective. She renewed it. My terms. Mutual. No property. Chosen bond. Leary stepped forward. Glow steadied. Leary Nakari. Witness trees archived. Years of trust. Human ways taught. Consent. Clarity. I choose. Sava added her seal. Matron of record. No coercion. Evan attached scans arboretum witness trees glowing confirmation. Childhood logs. Him bandaging her cuts. Teaching station runs. Patient lessons in human. Stubborn. He hit submit. Console beeped receipt. Emergency hearing pinged. 30 minutes. Rook paced. This fixes nothing. Clans play long. What's her endgame? Leary met his glare. Test. Loyalty. Evan. Endures. Keth checked his comm. Perimeter holding, but shuttles down rival reps inbound. Evan turned to Leary. Palm to her fronds glow warmed. You sure? You. 20. Her eyes held his. Knee pressed deliberate now. Years. You chose first. Slow burn flickered. Not joke anymore. Alarms blared. Red lights flashed. Breach in progress. Maintenance wing. Rook cursed. They're here. Keth drew his stun baton. Barricade. Evan grabbed a medkit improvised shield. Leary's hand gripped his. Bond locked. Pounding shook the door. Voices hummed Nakari rivals. Surrender the claimant. Seva stood firm. Protocol demands hearing. Door buckled. Sparks flew. Evan pulled Leary behind the counter. Hold. Rook jury rigged a power surge. Lights died. Darkness swallowed. Glow bloomed. Leary's fronds lit the bay soft blue. She nodded. Ready, Keth whispered. Vent access. Go. They crawled. Pipes scraped elbows. Leary first agile alien grace. Evan. Covered rear. Rivals burst in. Shouts echoed. Free. For now. They emerged in a sub-level duct. Keth led to a lift. Lift hummed up. Evan checked Leary. Franz brushed his cheek trust. Rook lagged. Sealing vents. Don't owe you this. You do. Evan grinned faint. Human stubborn. Arbiter's door loomed. Guards waved them through. Hearing underway, holoscreens flickered petitions. Lead Arbiter, a stern Cathari with quills, scanned them. Merrick. Evidence submitted. Counter petition reviewed. Rival Nakari elder stood opposite. Franz lashed. Child oath voids adult claim. She returns to clan. Leary stepped up. Adult renewal. Witnesses. Sava projected trees glow archived, pulsing truth. Arbiter hummed. Human consent verified. But trials required. Trust proven? Evan nodded. Actions, not words. Elder sneered. Human tricks. She manipulated. Human tricks. Pressure built. Protests thrummed outside, chants louder. Keth leaned in. Politicals pushing fracture. Bond risks cited. Evan felt Leary's glow steady his palm. Years flashed. Her first station run. Giggling at human food. Teen spars. Matching his pace. Now. Woman claiming him. Deliberate. Choice solidified. Arbiter raised claw. Emergency hold. Isolation lifted. Trials commence. Screens blanked. Guards escorted rivals out. But Elder's eyes locked on Leary. Clan reclaims. Door hissed shut. Rook pinged. Asterisk. Trap. Rivals bought Arbiter time. Shuttle prepped for her. Asterisk. Evan's gut twisted. Not scandal. Kidnapping. Leary squeezed his hand. Protect? He nodded. Keth checked scans. They're moving on her dock. They ran. Corridors blurred. Politics turned predator. Evan shoved Leary into a side bay. Stay low. Her glow dimmed, obedient. Trust, absolute. Door sealed. Footsteps closed. He rigged a stun field from med tools. Human improv. Rivals hit the wall, bodies dropped. Clear. But more came. Alert wailed. Claimant seizure authorized. Sava's voice calmed. Senate. Override. Fight. Legal. Too late. Shuttles hummed. Evan grabbed Leary's arm. With me. They bolted for the pads. Keth flanked. Rook covered hacks. Protesters swarmed airlock signs bashing human alien filth. Keth shoved through. Baton cracked. Leary's fronds flared, warning rival elder ahead, guards flanking. Zizi here. Evan planted. No. Elder hummed. Property. Leary growled low. Chosen. Chaos erupted. Guards lunged. Evan dodged. Tripped one. Human mass one grapples. Keth stunned two. Rook hurled a tool crate mech precision. Sava arrived. Robes swirling. Hearing reconvened. Petition denied. Holo flared Arbiter's seal. Rivals froze. Elder snarled. Sava smiled sharp. Bonds strengthen. Guards backed off. Protests hushed. Evan pulled Leary close. Glow warmed his chest. Knee to thigh, deliberate press. Slow burn roared. Arbiter calmed. First trial. Evan slammed the tribunal chamber doors open. Leary clung to his side. Her fronds pulsing faint blue. Keth and Rook flanked them. Batons and tools still hot from the fight. Matron Sava swept in behind, robes crackling with embedded holo screens. The Arbiter's dais hummed to life. Rival elders glared from their pods, guards rigid. First trial resumes. The Arbiter boomed. Evan Merrick. State your testimony. Evan stepped forward. His port medic kit hung heavy on his shoulder tools that had saved Leary once, twice, a dozen times as a child. He met the Arbiter's gaze. I found her orphaned on Nakari relief docks 5 cycles ago. Malnourished, fronds wilted. Called me safekeep. Leary's hand tightened on his. He didn't pull away. That offhand promise? The Arbiter leaned in. The one rivals claim binds her to you now? The one rivals claim binds her to you now? Evan nodded. Joke to a kid. Stick with me. I'll always protect you. Never thought it'd trigger Nakari bonding rights. He glanced at Leary. Her glow steadied, eyes locked on him. I won't claim her without her choice. Clear, free, adult consent. Human terms. Murmurs rippled. A rival elder hummed discord. Human whims mock protocol. She is Nakari property. Until bonded. Sava's voice cut sharp. He raised her with honor. Testify. Leary Nakari. Leary released Evan's hand. She ascended the dais alone. Fronds flared full-spectrum adult vibrance. No child's flicker. The chamber lights dimmed in respect. I entered coming of age last cycle, she said, voice steady, laced with human inflections Evan had taught her. Right demands, naming a bond safe. Clans offered elders, warriors. All sought control. Her gaze found Evan. He taught me trust. Fixed my wounds without demand. Shared stories of human worlds resilient, adaptive. Never broke a vow. Evan's chest tightened. She'd memorized his medlogs as games. Politics fracture my clan, Leary continued. Rivals seize claims for power. Evan is only safe bond I trust. He protected me today from them. She pointed at the elders. Their pods flickered protest. The Arbiter tapped controls. Cross-species precedent rare. Merrick, you refuse default claim? Evan straightened. Yes. Rook grunted from the flank. Damn right. Get it in writing. Ev. Keth nodded subtle approval. Security Chief's baton rested easy now. Sava interjected. Nachari protocol requires lifelong duty. Humans balk at permanence. Evan met her eyes. Sharp negotiator, but fair she'd vouched for him cycles back. Mutual duties. Protection, support, no isolation from kin. Independent counsel for both. Trial period first. Leary's fronds brightened. Hope? The Arbiter scrolled holos. Rival elder snarled. Insult. Dilutes bloodlines. Quiet. The Arbiter snapped. Merrick's terms address equity. Leary Nakari. Do you accept? She descended to Evan. Knee pressed his thigh deliberate. Intimate Nakari affirm. Yes. Test the bond. True. Armand, test the bond. True. Evan covered her hand. Warmth spread. Slow years of trust ignited. Sava smiled thin. Council appointed. Nakari scribe for me. Human notary for him. Rook leaned in. Ev, you sure? She's clan raised now. Could be playing long game. Evan shot him a look. Trust built it. Trust tests it. The arbiter sealed the holo. Provisional union granted. Joint cultural exchange term. 3 cycles. Marek resides Nakari quarter under supervision. Leary Nakari integrates human docs. Violations dissolve bond. Report monthly. Pods hum dissent begrudging from rivals. Cheers erupted from neutral observers. Protesters outside? Silenced by the seal. Keth clapped Evan's shoulder. Paper first. Smart. Now enforce it. They exited into corridors buzzing with news feeds. Leary stayed close, glow sinking to his pulse. Sava pulled Evan aside. Exchange starts now. Your kit, pack light. Nakari ways test humans. Evan nodded. Rook smirked. Yeah. But bunking with glowy in-laws? Call if you need mech backup. Call. Leary tugged Evan toward lifts. My quarter. He followed. Her stride matched his human gait she'd mimicked as a child. Doors hissed open to Nakari halls. Biolum walls. Pulsing rhythm. Air thick with harmonic vents. She led to a bonding chamber. Low pallets. Frond weave screens. Here. Provisional means share space. Supervised. Evan dropped his kit. Exit clauses clear? Leary knelt, unpacked his med scanner. Yes. But I choose stay. Her fingers traced his palm. Nakari vow trace. Glow deepened. He sat beside her. Knee to thigh again. Heat built. Tell me the rights I missed. Heat. Knee. Tell me the rights I missed. She leaned in. Franz brushed his cheek, tickling static. Coming of age. Name bond safe publicly. Clan's witness. You were absent. But words held. Eyes gleamed. Human promise stronger than vow song. Evan chuckled low. Practical fix. Like rigging stunfields. Her laugh chimed, human mimicry perfected. Footsteps echoed. Sava entered with a Nakari council tall. Franz stern. Review contract. Duties. Marek protects Leary from threats. Leary aids Evan's relief work. No seclusion. Visits open. Evan scanned the holo terms. Exit. At cycle's end. Or breach. Fair. Leary signed first. Glow flaring commit. Evan added his mark. Seal hummed. Council nodded. Supervised nights begin. Exchange fosters understanding. Sava lingered. Rivals watch. Prove the bond. Door sealed. Alone, sort of. Hidden scanners winked. Leary dimmed lights. Pulled him to pallet. Rest. Politics tire. Why? And. Evan lay back. Her form curled close, warm, yielding. Franz draped his arm. Trust absolute. Sleep tugged, but her knee pressed deliberate. Slow. Burn simmered. Morning alarms chimed Nakari dawn cycle. Evan stirred. Leary already up, brewing scent vats. Human coffee analog? Exchange work, she said. Your docs today. Teach me tools. He rose, stretched. Human muscle ached. Less than expected Nakari air oxygenated high. Corridors led to mixed bays. Keth waited. Provisional cleared. But patrols. Double. Rivals. Grumbled. Override. Rook tossed a wrench. Fix this shuttle, lovebirds. Oversight teams watching. Leary caught it mid-air. Mech precision? No years watching Rook. Evan grinned. Team effort. They dove in. Leary handed tools flawless. Hours blurred. Shuttle hummed ready. Oversight nodded approval. Back in chamber, Sava calmed. First report. Seamless. Continue. Leary's glow warmed. See? Bond works. Evan pulled her close. Paper first? Choice next. But her press lingered. Deliberate. Night fell. Scanners hummed. Rivals plotted shadows. Evan rigged. Silent alarms. Human edge. Leary whispered. Protect? Always. Now chosen. Alert pinged. Shadow at door. Evan tensed. Leary's fronds flared warning. Intruder breach. Provisional tested. Evan lunged for the door panel. His fingers slammed the override. Metal hissed open. A cloaked figure recoiled. Nakari rival. Fronds tucked low. Intruder! Evan barked. Leary flanked him. Grip claws extended. The figure bolted. Evan pursued. Boots pounding deck plates. Human stride outpaced the alien's weave. He tackled at the corridor bend. Cloak tore free. Young male, insignia of anti-bond faction. Talk. Evan growled, pinning wrists. Keth's voice crackled comms. Security en route. Hold. Leary arrived. Franz scanning. Spy. Token photos. She crushed a hidden device underfoot. Patrols swarmed. Cuffs clicked. Keth nodded. Good catch. Provisional holds for now. Back in quarters. Sava's hologram flickered. Incident logged. Quarters reassigned. Supervised block. Level 7. Move now. Evan grabbed their kit. Leary shouldered tools. They marched under escort. New doors sealed behind them. Spacious. Dual pallets. Shared VAT station. Observation window blacked. Contract terms scrolled on wall screen. Divide tasks. Evan read aloud. Evan. Maintenance rotations. Human liaison. Leary. Cultural exchange logs. Nakari protocol. Leary nodded. Fair. Start boundaries. She faced him. Franz relaxed. Nakari touch. Frond drape means safe. Claw flex. Stop. Her Franz brushed his shoulder light, testing. Evan mirrored. Human consent. Yes or no words. Maybe waits. He held her gaze. Touch? She flexed claws. No teach more. They practiced. Her frond circled his wrist. Safe? Yes. His hand hovered her arm. Consent? Yes. Heat built. Slow. Deliberate. Calm buzzed. Rook's face. Job offer, mate. Off-world haul. Triple pay. Ditch the circus. Evan glanced at Leary, logging signals. Pass. Staying for term. Rook snorted. Social cost. Station whispers. Human pet. Rivals push expulsion. My call. Line cut. Leary's fronds stilled. Cost for me? Evan met her eyes. Choice. Not joke. She pulled old claim token from pouch child scratched crystal, his offhand promise etched. This trapped. Burn. Flame vat ignited. Token melted to slag. Ash swirled. Leary offered new one. Twin crystals. Linked equal. For partners. Accept? Evan's pulse raced. He took it. Warmth synced Nakari bond pulse. Yes. He tapped comm. Keth. Sava private ceremony. Dual legal. Tomorrow. Affirmatives chimed. Door sealed. Alone. Leary's knee pressed. Choice. Sealed. Evan woke to vat-scent spiced oxygen brew. Leary stirred beside him. Franz tangled his arm overnight. Trust. He slipped free, checked alarms. Clear. Docs today? She rose, claws sheathed. Yes. Your tools, my logs. Corridors hummed busier. Whispers trailed. Bond freak. Evan ignored. Leary matched stride. At bays. Rook tossed plasma cutter. Prove it ain't scam. Leary caught. Spark test. Human endurance. Cut here. She traced hull seam. Evan nodded. They sliced her precision. His torque. Weld sealed flawless. Oversight drone beeped approval. Exchange viable. Back in quarters, Sava arrived in person. Token burn noted. New equal claim filed. Her gaze sharpened. Human why stay? Evan stacked tools. Built this. Years. Flashback hit. Scrawny alien kid. Station orphan. He'd joked, claim me someday, over ration bars. She'd latched loyalty fierce. Raised her basics. Human grit. Now, woman. Testing real. Protocol demands witness. Sava said. Tomorrow. Neutral vault.